Well, many people are signing up for credit this year rather than debit for the first time in a decade. Consumer reporter John Matarese explains why in this morning's Don't Waste Your Money report.
The recent Target security breach has made a lot of shoppers rethink debit cards. Sure, you don't run up high credit card bills and you don't get hit with interest charges on a debit card. But except for that, debit can be a lot more risky these days than credit. Consumer Reports Shop Smart magazine says while debit cards can help you avoid getting deep in debt, debit cards can also get you in a lot of trouble. So it says don't use debit cards for online shopping for security reasons. Don't ever use a debit card on an out of the USA trip, such as to Mexico, again because of the high risk of fraudulent charges. Don't use debit cards for large purchases like big TVs or furniture. With a credit card, you can easily dispute a broken TV or chair leg. And don't use a debit card to raise your credit score. You need a credit card to do that. And from the dozen that stink, file the fraud protection programs on debit cards. Yes, banks will reimburse you if you can show that a purchase was fraudulent. But fighting a bad charge can take months, leaving you out of money and saying, doesn't that stink? You don't pay a dime when disputing a credit card purchase. If you really need to shop with debit, Consumer Reports magazine suggests you tie that card to a separate small checking account. It says do not have it connected to your main bank account that you use to pay the mortgage or rent because there's always a risk of bouncing those big checks. That way you don't waste your money. I'm John Matarese.